how just waiting 3 years can cost you up to 200,000 euros. Now, when you start investing, there are multiple different kind of options that you can take a look at. You have the growth stocks. Growth stocks are essentially the companies which can give you multiple X returns over a few years. So this could even be like up to like 50 or 100% every single year that you can get. But for this, you have to do the stock picking. That means you have to choose a stock and you have to believe that this is going to go up in value. For many people, Tesla was a really good option so far. Like, it really went up to new heights and now it's just like trading sideways. At least for now, I myself invested over like 40,000 euros in Tesla, and I do believe it is going to go up in the future because the new evaluations which came for Tesla are around 7,000 US dollars per share, which is like very nice. And then they're including the robo taxi network that they're planning, the insurance business, the energy business, all of these things for Tesla. So interesting, you have growth stocks that you can use. The second is the dividend stocks. Dividend stocks could be something simple as Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, which are giving you dividends quarterly. And these are very safe companies because their products are making sales every single day. Millions and billions of people are buying these things. And then afterwards, when they make profit, they give that profit away to you. There's very less speculation inside. The companies are essentially just like shelling out some of the profits to you. Now, then you have monthly dividend companies. You have companies like SL Green Realty, you have Main Street Capital. Both of these companies I'm invested in. I have 19,000 euros invested inside SL Green Realty and 11,000 euros invested inside Main Street Capital. And these two companies combined give me over 100 euros per month in dividend income, which is very nice. I absolutely love it. So that's the next thing that you can take a look at. Now, the third thing that you can take a look at is the index funds. So if you do not want to do stock picking with growth stocks, or you do not want to do dividend investing because maybe you do not want to like get the dividends out and then pay taxes on that, which in Germany is 26.375%. Another interesting thing could be the index funds. So for example, one index fund that we always talk about a lot is the MSCI World. And the reason why generally so many people talk about it is that it has two very unique features. The first feature is that it is only investing in the developed market. So you have 23 markets in which they're investing inside. You can find it on the PDF page, which you can see on the screenshot here. And they also say that they have 1,583 constituents, which essentially means 1,583 companies, which covers approximately 85% of the free float adjusted market capitalization in each country. So essentially 85% of the market is being covered by these large and mid-cap companies, which is very nice because you are then essentially investing in more safe companies, which are making up the majority of the market. And you're also only investing in developed countries where things are pretty much like more stable and things are like running normal now, because in developing markets, of course, you have the economic instability, sometimes the political instability, but with these risks also come the rewards. Many people have had good experiences with these developing market index funds. I didn't, so I like sold out all of the developing market index funds that I had, and I'm just investing in MSCI World so far. So here, if you see, the MSCI World has gotten a return since 1987 of around 8.33% every single year. Now, if you deduct the inflation, which is around, let's say 1.4 to 2%, like depends like what kind of time frame you're looking at. And then afterwards, you also deduct the total expense ratio, which is for iShares 0.2%. Then you're coming at a rate of around 6%. Now, the reason I find index funds very safe is that you're already very heavily diversified. You don't have to like do much if you are like investing. And you can just invest in one single index fund, and that is like MSCI World, and you're like more than enough diversified. If you're just like investing in S&P 500, the issue comes that you're having a Klumpenrisiko that they call in German, or a clump risk, that you're putting all of your eggs in one single basket, and that basket is USA. Whereas when you're doing it with MSCI World and stuff, you have around 66% of USA, but they keep on adjusting this figure. Previously, it was like 57%, then they increased it, then sometimes they remove it. So they're like always working on this, which is also nice. And you don't have to do anything on your part. You just simply like invest and you see your money grow over the time. So If we take a look at the real rate of return, which is around 6%, and we put it inside the compound interest calculator, I will put the link for this also in the description. You see, if you start investing with 22 years of age, that is essentially when you're coming for your master's or something in Germany, and you just want to put some money aside every single month. And I'm taking this money as 500 euros. I know this is a bit ambitious. Maybe as a student, you can start investing with lesser amounts, 300 euros or something. But for simpler calculations, I'm taking it 500 euros. Maybe you find a nice part-time job, maybe you find a nice scholarship whatsoever, and you're like putting this money aside every single month. So with this, towards the end, you're essentially having 270,000 euros of deposits. You are seeing the dollar signs here, but don't worry, like the calculations are the same in the end. Then in total interest, you're having 1 million euros, just an interest on 270,000 euros of principal. And the total savings then become 1.276 million euros. And that is when you will be around 67, because that is the general retirement age in Germany, and they're going to be pushing towards 70 because again, they do not have enough money to pay all of the old people, which sucks. But let's see, this is the reason why I really believe that you should be like investing in these kind of things. So with this 1.276 million euros, even if you're living for 20 years and you just want to sell everything at once, which is not a good idea, you can still live with 63,000 euros per year of your own savings that you save to the side. Now keep in mind that you will have to pay taxes on that and everything. 26% of the money is going to go away in taxes if you do not move to another country or something. So that is something you should keep in mind. But overall, like, this is still a very nice amount of money that you can live off of. Now another thing that you should keep in mind is when you grow old, instead of selling everything at once, you should follow the 4% rule and sell 4% of your portfolio every single year, so that towards the end, the inflation and the actual rate of the return of the market are still making your money grow instead of it ever going down. This is a very interesting concept and you should definitely read more about it. So we took an example of somebody who started investing with 22 years of age. Now we are going to take a look at somebody who has started investing not in the starting, but he waited to finish his master's or something, and then he wanted to invest when his job starts. So let's see how much these 3 years have costed him. I put in the number of years, 42, and if you see here, this has now a total interest of 803,000 euros with a total regular deposit of 252,000 euros. So this 18,000 euros money that the other guy invested earlier essentially gave him a compound interest of 200,000 euros more, just in 3 years of difference. Whereas the other guy, he waited, he wanted to start investing later, and now you see the massive difference. I also kind of wrote everything down, so I'm going to also take a screenshot of it and put it inside the video so that you can see. 18,000 euros of deposit difference made a difference in interest of around 203,000 euros. So I really believe when you're investing in the stock market and stuff, you should keep in mind that, okay, maybe towards the end, your ideas will change. Maybe you're no longer interested in ETFs. You want to invest in dividend companies, or you want to invest in growth stocks whatsoever. All of these things can change. That's not a problem at all. But 500 euros per month is something that you can always put to the side. This is not a massive amount, especially if you're having a job already. So this is essentially for the job seekers. But even if you're a student, I think 100, 200 euros, this is not a bad idea. You can still put this money to the side and still have something saved for yourself in the future. If you want to sell it earlier, you can always do it. That is not a problem at all. But I would still kind of be very conservative with this investment and keep it really for your old age, because you cannot rely completely on the government for them to give you pension and for them to keep up the pension increase with the actual inflation rates. Now again, if you want to start investing in Germany, you need a depot. You have a lot of depots. You have Comdirect, Commerzbank, Consorsbank, Trade Republic, Scalable Capital. But in my experience, I have used Trade Republic and Scalable Capital. And in the end, I shifted all of my portfolio to Scalable Capital because it has the least cost and my experience with it has been really good so far. So if you want to open a depot with Scalable Capital, you can check out my video on how to open your depot with Scalable Capital step by step and start investing right away. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, you can write it down in the comment section below. I also offer one-on-one appointments, so if you want to sit down and discuss some of the questions that you're having about your business or about investing or something, we can also discuss them together. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.